Good morning, students. So today we are starting with geometry. The first topic is similar triangles. We are already familiar with congruent figures. We have already done it in class 9th. Two figures are congruent when they have the same shape and equal size. You know it. Now in similar figures, similar figure means when they are having same shape. Size may be same, may not be same. So we can say two figures are similar if they have the same shape irrespective of size. For example, two circles, they are always similar. As you can see, the two circles are having different radii, yet their shape is same. Likewise, squares are always similar. Now the question arises whether two rectangles are always similar. The answer is no. Why? As you can see, this rectangle does not appear to be similar to this one because the breadth is increasing but length is decreasing, hence they does not appear to be similar. Two equilateral triangles are always similar, but likewise two isosceles triangles, they are not always similar. You can see these two isosceles triangles, they do not appear to be similar. Now let us try to find the reason. In squares, all angles are same, and if one side is doubled or tripled, all sides get increased or decreased in the same ratio. But in rectangles, although all angles are same, but the sides, they are not varying, they are not increasing or decreasing in the same ratio. So from this discussion, we can conclude two things. Number one, two figures which are congruent, they are always similar because their shapes are same and their sizes are also equal, and for similarity we need only shapes to be similar. So two figures which are congruent, they are always similar, but two figures which are similar, they may not be congruent. Next, two polygons of the same number of sides are similar. Now when they are similar, the condition will be their corresponding angle should be equal and their corresponding side should be in the same ratio. So this symbol, which we have used partly in congruence also, this shape, this symbol stands for is similar to, one figure is similar to the other one. As you can see, I have taken some examples. In this case, you can see triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF because their corresponding angles are equal and the sides, they are doubling, corresponding sides, they are doubling. AB becomes DE in the ratio 1:2. So we can say ratio is same. Now in the second case, the square is not similar to the rhombus, although sides, they are doubling, but the angles, corresponding angles, they are not equal. It's right angle here and it is an acute angle, not right angle. So in this case, this square is not similar to the rhombus. So if you have understood, try exercise 6.1. Okay, let us move further. Now, the Greek mathematician Thales, he made some important observations regarding similar triangles. He observed that in two equiangular triangles, the ratio of any two corresponding sides is always same. To reach to this result, to this conclusion, he used another result which is called basic proportionality theorem. This is also known as Thales theorem. Thales theorem, it is known as because we want to honor him. So what is Thales theorem? The statement is, if a line is drawn parallel to one side of a triangle to intersect the other two sides in distinct points, then the other two sides are divided in the same ratio. Now let us prove this theorem. As you know, when we prove a theorem, we have three necessary parts: given, to prove, and the proof. But sometimes given is not sufficient, the figure is not sufficient to prove the required result. So we make use of some construction. In this theorem, we do need construction. If we go through this statement again, the statement states if. So if shows the given and then part shows to prove it. So if a line is drawn parallel to one side of triangle to intersect the other two sides in distinct points, what does it mean? Given should be, if we take a triangle ABC and the line DE is parallel to BC, which intersects AB at D and AC at E, so this is given to us. To prove, which comes from then part, that is the other two sides are divided in the same ratio. That means the two parts AD and DB, their ratio should be equal to the ratio of AE to EC, right? So to prove, AD upon DB is equal to AE upon EC. Now since this result cannot be proved by the given figure because we have no result to prove it, so we have to do some construction. Now since we have to take the ratio and we have only triangles, it means we can make use of area of triangle. Now we know that area of triangle is half into base into height. It means we should have triangles with bases AD, with base DB, with base AE and with base EC. So let us do one thing. Let us draw perpendicular from D to M and E to N, that is DM perpendicular AC and EN perpendicular AB. With this we can take the area of triangle ADE with base AD as well as base AE. To have a triangle with base BD and triangle with base CE, let us do one thing. Let us join BE and DC. This way we can have a triangle with base DB, that is triangle DBE, and we can have a triangle with base EC, that is triangle DCE. So now we can take ratio of area. So ratio of area of triangle ADE and area of triangle BDE will become half into AD, because AD is the base and the corresponding height is EN. So half into AD into EN, and similarly area of triangle BD is half into DB into EN. Half get cancelled, EN get cancelled, and we get AD upon DB. We also know, we have done a result in class 9th, that from a point to a line we can have one and only one perpendicular. What does it mean? EN will work as height to base AD as well as base BD, because we can have only one perpendicular. So therefore, if we consider EN to be perpendicular to base DB and DM perpendicular to base EC, then we can take a ratio in another form. Area of triangle ADE ratio area of triangle BDE is equal to half into AD into EN upon area of triangle BDE, that is half into DB into EN. Again half get cancelled, EN get cancelled, and we get AD upon DB. Now since we have to prove that AD upon DB is equal to AE upon EC, we need to do one thing. We have to make their left hand sides equal. As you can see, left hand side numerators are same but denominators are not same. To make denominator same, look at the figure again. In denominator we have triangle BDE and we have triangle CDE. If you observe it carefully, you can see triangle BDE and triangle CED, they are two triangles on the same base DE and between same parallels DE and BC. What does it mean? Their areas must be equal. In class 9th we have studied triangles on the same base and between same parallels are equal in area. So it implies if we use now this equation number 3 in equation number 1 and 2, then their left hand side will become equal, and since left hand sides are equal, their right hand side will also become equal. From there we can prove that AD upon DB is equal to AE upon EC. This term is very, very important from examination point of view. Read and understand well and then try to prove it on your own, and in case of difficulty you can call me. Thank you.